Hey guys, Skittlerampage here. Welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. So today we're going to be going over about 80 plus Funko Pops expected to be announced in August. Now some of the lists in this video are going to be shared over from the Scarlet Joker over on Instagram, so thank you so much to them. And as always guys, I want to let you guys know that nothing is official, of course, until Funko does announce it, so anything can be changed, canceled, or delayed. So just stay tuned for the official announcements later in the month. So just stay tuned for the official announcements throughout the month, and I'll update you guys as we go. Now before we get started, we do have our question of the day, which is, do you own any Funko Pop covers? Whether it's a comic cover, VHS cover, wanted poster cover, let me know in the comments what is one of your favorite ones. And I'm gonna go with the Amazing Spider-Man here. This is actually definitely one of my favorites. I wish this was like a regular pop though. Alrighty guys, so as I mentioned, we do have about 80 Funko Pops to go over today. However, there's also gonna be exclusives throughout the month and maybe some other surprises, so it could be well over 100 plus pops for the month. However, let's kick things off with our anime selections here. So expected from anime is the newly announced Hunter x Hunter wave of Kurapika, Killua, Gon, as well as Leoria there, where they're just kind of sitting over the ledge. A lot of really cool things you can do with this, whether you're just sitting it basically over your, shelf, or somebody mentioned that you could put it over your manga if you own the Hunter x Hunter manga. So there's a couple cool things you can do here, but I know a lot of people really don't like this set. A lot of people seem to do like this set. So let me know if you plan to pick these up. The next expected line is One Piece, but we're getting Funko Biddy Pops here. So now One Piece fans will be participating in the Biddy Pop set. So this is a lot to go over here, a lot of characters. So the first 4-pack is going to be Luffy, Zoro, Axe-Hand Morgan. Next one, Nami crying, Arlong, and Nojiko. Then we have Sanji, Zeph, and Don Krieg. And then finally Usopp, Kaya, and Kuro. And the mystery ones in there expected in the set are Shanks, Buggy, Mihawk, and Smoker. And we'll find out which one goes to which on the official announcement, of course. I think One Piece Biddy Pops are going to do really well. A lot of people seem to really like the Dragon Ball one. Though specifically with this One Piece set, we're actually getting a ton of characters we haven't actually gotten as Funko Pops yet, which do include, well, Smoker was almost one, but then we got the official pop announcement. But we have Kaya, Kuro, Don Krieg, Zeph, Nojiko, and Axe-Hand Morgan. Those are all the characters where we haven't even seen them as official Funko Pops, and we're already getting Biddy Pops. Though I think out of all of them, I'd like to see Zeph. I think Zeph would be the only one that I would pick up, but the other ones could be cool, I guess. Next up for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fans, it looks like we're already getting the next announcement here, and this will include the Joseph Joestar with Iggy and Dio Brando, so we already know that these are confirmed given Funko announced the silhouettes next to Jotaro. I really don't know why they didn't just kind of push Jotaro back a couple weeks and just announce them all together. Very weird kind of announcement structure here, but hey, at least we're getting them pretty soon, so let me know if you're excited for these. Now, the final expected anime wave is Re:Zero here, a brand new anime line that we've never had anything for. This does include Subaru, we also have Amelia with Puck, Rem with a Bloody Chase Oni form with Morningstar. We also have Ram, and then a Pop Plus of Ram Fura as an exclusive. So as I mentioned, this is going to be a brand new set that we have never seen before, and I really hope Funko continues to make some other anime sets versus just pouring all that money into One Piece, Dragon Ball, Naruto, This is really unique, and I can't wait to see how these turn out. Okay, so that wraps up things for anime. Now let's move on to a couple horror pops here. So first up, we do have Monster High, like a kind of animation horror, I guess. I'm going to count it. But anyways, this includes Draculara as well as Skeletor. I feel like we just got a wave just a couple months ago, but these are usually very popular, so I'm sure these will do well. Now, the next one is some true horror. We have the Bent Neck Lady here. That's going to be an interesting one for sure. Curious to see how that turns out. Moving on to Sleepy Hollow here, we do have Ichabod Crane, Katrina, as well as the Headless Horseman, which I believe is expected to have a chase. Next up for Chucky fans, the buff Chucky Pop that we actually saw a couple weeks back. Looks like it is in fact a common there, so very easy to grab, and it should be announced later in the month. And then finally, some true horror here. We have Smile, the Entity. When I first looked this up, because I'd never seen the movie, when I saw that there was a pop coming, I was like, okay, let me look. How bad can it be? It is so bad. It is so disgusting. It's almost like, I don't know. Without you looking up, it's hard to, but it's almost like Slimer from Ghostbusters, but if it had its face ripped off, if that makes sense. And it's disgusting. It's truly disgusting. I wasn't sure what Smile was about because I always saw the cover and they were just smiling. I was like, okay, so maybe there's just like some, thing out there that makes them smile and then horrible things happen. Nope. Well, there is a thing out there, but it's it's a thing for sure. It's, yeah. I can only tell you to just look it up and then just never look it up again. Alrighty guys, so moving on to our pop video games here, we do have our newly announced League of Legends set here, including 4 characters. So nice to see that those are already coming so soon. The next one we have is pretty interesting, but this is like Funko Racers, but Sonic the Hedgehog we're getting, including Knuckles, Amy, Sonic, and Tails. So on the right there is an example of what Funko Racers are. We did actually see a FNAF set over at Five Below like last year sometime. I think there was also another set that I can't remember the license of it, but yeah guys, they're basically going to be Sonic characters in this style. I don't know if these are going to do well. They never announced the FNAF ones. I'm assuming maybe they were canceled or something and some got out. And I think the other line was canceled. I swear there was another line. But yeah, it was just something that was never officially announced, and maybe now they're trying. But I don't know. We'll see how these turn out. Next up from the Funko Fusion video game, which I'm really surprised they're doing another wave because... but it's a way for some of these licensed characters to get out. But this does include Invincible black and blue suit with a bloody chase, so that's really nice. I feel like they should have just made it from the show though. Then we have Colonel Sanders with a golden chase, Freddy Fazbear with a zombie chase, and then Mega Man with a zombie chase there. Overall, it does seem like a pretty cool set. Again, Funko Fusion wasn't very popular, so maybe this is their like last ditch effort to make some money from the game. Who knows? Now the last Pop Games line we do have is Magic the Gathering, and we have Urza as well as Yawgmoth. Next up for Pop Animation, a couple different things here. First up, we have Rapunzel, or I guess Tangled, excuse me, but also Rapunzel. But Tangle's 15th anniversary, we have Rapunzel, Rapunzel with Pascal, as well as Flynn Rider. And another Rapunzel item is her in her tower in the newly announced Pop Nook here. While it's not with the Rapunzel 15th anniversary wave, it will be its own release. It is also coming. Another Disney lineup includes more Disney sketch pops here, and then we will have the Cheshire Cat, Aurora, Cruella, Maleficent, Patch, and White Rabbit. So if you don't know what the Disney sketch pops is, here's an example when they did like Dumbo and like I think a Cinderella cover. They did all kinds of characters in that line, and I think a lot of people liked them, but a lot of people didn't like them. I don't know. It's interesting. It's kind of cool on some, and it doesn't look so good on others, but maybe these new ones will look good. Next up for South Park fans, given all the South Park news lately, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be excited for these, but we have Eric, Butters, Craig, Jimmy, and Wendy coming. Next up from the Rescuers, we're expected 3 pops of Bernard, Bianca, and Jake. Moving on for a quick holiday set, we do have Kris Kringle with the topper there. Who doesn't love this movie? I'm sure this will be a pretty cool pop. This one's technically Pop Comics, but we're going to include it in the animation section anyways, and that is Garfield. We have Cowboy Garfield, Odie, and Nermal. For Invader Zim fans, we're expected a new Zim and Gur there. These should be really fun. We haven't had like I guess a normal announcement in a while, but we did just get a Comic-Con exclusive, which a lot of people like. So I don't know, maybe these will turn out cool too. These next 2 lines are gonna make a lot of people happy. First up, we have our official Ben 10 pops coming, including Ben 10 and Heat Blast. I feel like they should go a little more heavy on Ben 10, I'm not gonna lie. There's so many chase opportunities. You could literally make Ben as the normal pop and then the chase of everything. Make it like a 6 chase set where you order Ben and you might get one of the other aliens, or you might get Ben, and you can, you know, change the odds if you want, but it's the perfect chase opportunity. Literally, he has so many aliens they could do. I think Heat Blast is a cool start. It's the same as the Funko soda basically that we got, but we also got another soda of Ben 10 and then the canceled one, which was Alien X. I think, did that ever come, or I think that was canceled. Yeah, I think that was canceled. So yeah, Ben 10 has been a very weird license in general, even though I do feel like it would sell very well for Funko Pop, so hopefully people really like these ones. And hopefully that makes Funko make a ton of cool aliens. Now the last Pop animation line we did have was Fiona and Cake here. We're getting some updated variations of, well, Fiona and Cake. I'm sure these will make some people happy. We haven't seen these characters in a while. Now our last section here is pop music, sports, and a couple other miscellaneous things. So the first one is Michael Jordan here during the Slam Dunk Contest. Another sports pop we have is Wayne Gretzky Rookie. For pop music, it looks like we're getting a new Ozzy Osbourne pop album here of Bark at the Moon. This is interesting timing, obviously, since his passing, so... But I think people will appreciate it, maybe? I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about Funko releasing a new pop around the time. It'll be probably almost a month after, so I guess that's okay, technically. Another Pop Rocks line coming are the newly announced Metallica pops. Next up from The Office, looks like we're getting a pop speech bubble of Michael Scott with That's What She Said. And then finally, 2 other Pop Nook announcements, including the Will in the Upside Down Stranger Things, as well as Tony Stark in his lab. So guys, that does conclude about 80 expected announcements. Again, like I said, we could also see tons of exclusives and other lines that we don't know about. Make sure to let me know in the comments below, out of all these new lines, what are you most excited for? I don't think I'm personally too excited about anything from this month, which is actually really nice. And, you know, if I don't really need anything, I don't need anything. Maybe the One Piece biddies, like maybe I'll do that in a video unboxing. That could be kind of cool. I haven't seen ReZero, but I'm sure it'll be a really nice line. The Dio pop, I'm actually curious to see how that turns out. I'm 50-50 if I want to pick up JoJo's pops. And then I don't need any of the horror. I don't think I need anything from Pop Video Games. Maybe the Invincible blue and black suit because it's kind of cool. I don't know. And then animation, I definitely don't. Ben 10. Ooh, Ben 10 might get me because I like Ben 10. But yeah, I think Ben 10. I think Ben 10 and the One Piece biddies for me. Maybe. See how everything turns out. Anyways, though, I do want to thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like down below if you did enjoy, and subscribe and click that notification bell if you're new here. And as I mentioned before, I will keep you guys as updated as I can on all of these lines as they are announced throughout the month, or if anything ends up being canceled, delayed, or changed. So just make sure to look out for those future videos. With that being said, though, I do want to say a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon-only Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And finally, make sure to follow me on all my social medias at Skittlerampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page, so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.